have a piece of paper I can write this down? Well, you should keep this in file, man. It's the same lineup every day.
Well, I got the lineup from earlier in the year, but that doesn't necessarily mean that everybody was here. And I need to know position numbers. Is that the order that they're going to bat?
Kelly, down to Turner. Oh, I only have 9 out there.
That's you. That's the only one I got for you. Here, I'll give you a paper.
All right.
What makes Dixie Youth Baseball different? Well, one good rule is required participation. During the local season, every player on every team is required to play in every game, and all tournament players are required to bat at least once in every game. It's not a perfect rule, but it's much more than most youth baseball organizations do, and it allows each baseball player to be an active participant. Just being a part of each win or loss means so much to the child. They just want to belong, and Dixie Youth Baseball sees to it that they do by making this a regular rule. We think this is a step in the right direction, the child's direction. We invite your support and contributions to the Dixie Youth Scholarship Fund. Offering financial assistance to hundreds of former players was not accomplished easily. Funds for these scholarships came from many sources, including donations. We ask you to consider making a contribution and by doing so, help more graduates from Dixie Youth Leagues to continue education. All money collected for the scholarship fund is given for scholarships. No funds are kept for administrative purposes. If you would be interested in knowing more about the scholarship program, contact one of the officials at this tournament. They will provide information and explain what to do. On behalf of those who have received scholarships in the past years, may we express our appreciation for your support of the scholarship program. Thanks to you, it's working.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our continuing coverage of Spring Hill Dixie Youth Baseball right here on JockJive.com. Mike Rideout handling the play-by-play of today's game, a minors division game between the Marlins and the Mets, and I will tell you how you can participate during the broadcast. Still trying to get one of the lineups in here, so just bear with me for a moment as we are underway. We're in the top of the first inning. Joey Van Cleve leading things off for the Marlins, but as you can see, swinging and missing there. That's strike 3 and the first out of the ball game. So just underway on another beautiful Saturday here in Spring Hill. Nate Levitt, the pitcher, will step in. And the first pitch almost hit him. He ducks underneath it. Xander Turner is on the mound for the Mets. For the Marlins, that's going to fall down. Be careful. That's why that sticks in there. It'll slam down shut, and it'll break my headsets there, so be careful. As the next pitch, that one is hit into left field for a base hit, so a one-out single for Nate Levitt. 1 out, 1 on for Vinny Passarella. Folks, you can participate during the broadcast by sending out shout-outs and best wishes. Send your shout-outs via text message, and that number is provided on your screen, but I'll give it out. As the first pitch to Passarella is taken outside for a ball, and the runner will get to second. Levitt with an easy stolen base. All right, thank you. Okay. So runner at second with 1 out. Just bear with me as I just got the Mets starting lineup here. And we are already underway. Runner going to third as this one's hit left side. A pop-up to third and a sliding catch just off your screen there. A nice play over at third base by Rhett Williams. Slid down to his knees to make the catch in foul territory over near the field on the third base side. So 2 outs. Runner had to go back to second, and here's Austin Witten. He'll step in right side. And the first pitch from Turner as he shows bunt, pulls the bat back, takes a strike. The runner goes to third. The throw to third not in time. So Nate Levitt with a couple of stolen bases here in the top of the first inning.
Sorry, I forgot.
Your umpire today is Zach Funkhauser. Love that name, Funkhauser. As this next pitch is a ball and the runner will hold. Didn't get that far away from the catcher, who is Saul Melendez. The 1-1 pitch. That's taken high and inside for a ball. 2-1 the count. Nate Levitt down at third base, but 2 outs in the inning here in the top of the first for the Marlins. Next pitch is taken low for ball 3, 3-1. We have a 1 hour and 50-minute time limit, so usually these games don't go the full capacity, 6 innings. The 3-1 delivery. Popped up right side, but hooking out of play. This is the first of 5 games that I will broadcast today. 3 in the minors division, 2 in the boys division. We'll get to our first shout out after this next pitch. Once again, send shout outs via text message. That's inside for ball 4. The number 352-258-8450. If you'd like to send a shout out, send it via text message to 352-258-8450. And if you're new to the shout outs, this might give you an idea of how to send a shout out. This one says, good luck Marlins, go Goose, love mommy, working and watching from Tarpon Springs. All right, well, we're glad that you're able to be a part of our day here in Spring Hill. Gianni Rodriguez, the batter, runner going to second this as it swung on and missed for strike 1. Stolen base for Austin Witten. So Levitt at third base, Witten now at second. Our next shout-out says, way to hit Goose from Ken. Thank you, Ken. Always when you send your shout-outs, who's it to, but who's it from as well. Bouncing ball over to second. It bounces right over the head of the second baseman. That's going to get both runs home. That ball, it looked like it was coming off of AstroTurf as it just bounced right over the head of the second baseman. That's a base hit into right field. Rodriguez drives in Levitt and Witten. And the Marlins take the first lead of the game, 2-0. That sends up Jackson Cooper, the third baseman, number 6 hitter in the first pitch with the runner going to second. That almost hit the batter as it's inside, a wild pitch. One-0 delivery. Turner instead will fire it to second. It actually hit the base runner in the helmet, and it ricochets over on the first base side. That will be a throwing error to put Rodriguez at third base. That's the way to use your head. The Marlins already with 2 runs in. They threaten with a third runner down at third base. 2-0 top of the first inning. Cooper ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. That's a pass ball. Here comes the runner home. The throw to the plate. Not going to get there in time. Rodriguez will score the third run of the inning. So the sequence of events leading to that third run, a base hit, a wild pitch, a throwing error by the pitcher, and a pass ball. Two balls, no strikes. The 2-0 delivery. Swing and a miss. Good pitch. Turner got it across the plate. It's 2-1. So once again, if you'd like to send a shout-out, basically that's how it's done. The shout-outs that we've had come in so far. Send your shout-outs via text message to 352-258-8450. Next pitch is outside for a ball. Count now 3-1. As I mentioned, the first of 3 games in the minors division that I will broadcast. Nationals and Rangers coming up next, followed by the Yankees and the Indians. I've seen all of these teams except for the Yankees, as that one's outside for ball 4. The manager for the Marlins, Chris Levitt, assistant coaches Bob Passarella and Mike Van Cleve. They don't have a sponsor, but they do have they do play in honor of the U.S. Coast Guard. Pitch is in the dirt for a ball that will get the runner to second base. Next pitch, inside for a ball. Carlo Olivares, nicknamed C-Money. This one is hit left side into left field for a base hit. Runner rounding third. Cooper will score. And it's now 4-0. RBI single for Olivares. I believe we had just a brief internet drop, so kind of catch you up to speed where we're at right now. It's 4-0 Marlins here in the top of the first inning. Runner going to second as Davey Williams swings and misses. Nicknamed Batman at the plate. Stole a base for Oliveros, who just singled in a run. Jackson Cooper scored after walking. That's when we had our internet drop. So this is the 8th batter to come to the plate. That one's there for a strike. Runner going to third. The throw not in time. Williams behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch. Wild pitch. Runners coming home. The throw to the plate. Well, the pitcher dropped the baseball. Turner couldn't hold on to it, and Oliveira slides in safely. So a 5-run first inning for the Marlins. Base is now empty for Davey Williams, working with a 1-2 count. The 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3, and the inning is over. But 8 batters come to the plate for the Marlins in the first inning. They played 5 runs. And as we head to the bottom of the first, it's the Marlins 5 and the Mets coming to bat right after this timeout here on JockJive.com.
Business owners looking for a way to reach and rock your potential customer base into checking out your products and services? Then you need to advertise on JockJive.com. We broadcast hundreds of sporting events annually all over the country. Football, baseball, basketball, softball, it's all right here. Whether live or archived, it's on JockJive. Reach the masses. Call 334-488-1385 or email info@JockJive.com. JockJive.com. JockJive.com. We are literally taking the world by storm. Last year, more than 3,000 cities worldwide turned into our coverage of football, baseball, softball, basketball, volleyball. From T-ball to the NCAA Division I athletics, JockJive crews have traveled this nation to provide you the finest in sports coverage. So the next time you need the spotlight clearing on your sports venture, think JockJive.com. Maybe not the only internet sports channel, but the best one.
Are you aware of the scholarship program available to participants in Dixie Youth Baseball? Hundreds of men and women have won scholarships and used them to help pay for their education after graduating from high school. 70 $2,000 scholarships were given away this year. To apply for a scholarship, you must be a senior in high school, complete the application, and mail it by March 1st to be considered for one of these awards. If you played Dixie Youth Baseball in past years and you will be a senior in high school next year, we encourage you to think about this opportunity. Many are glad they did.
Mike Ryder back here in Spring Hill as we head to the bottom of the first inning. 5-0, the Mets trail. Caden Williams leading it off against Nate Levitt. First pitch of the inning is right there for strike one. 0-1 pitch. Good pitch. Kept it low and inside. Swing and a miss for strike two. Nate Levitt, nicknamed Goose. Goose delivers outside for a ball. And the count now 1-2. We'll get back to your shout-outs at 352-258-8450 as this one's outside for a ball. Here's best wishes to Goose and the Marlins from the Haynes family, Adam, Jen, and Sydney. Thank you, guys. Swing and a miss. Good pitch. Kept it low and outside this time, and Williams out on strikes for the first out of the inning. One gone. That will send up Saul Melendez. Another shout out. You're on fire. Nice Seals. Goose. Love Josiah. First pitch taken outside by Melendez for ball one. One out, nobody on base. Bottom of the first. Marlins up 5-0 on top of the Mets. Next pitch in the dirt for a ball. And the count now 2-0. Next shout out says, way to go, Carlo. Love you, Mom and Dad. This one's fouled back. Once again, if you'd like to send a shout-out, send it via text message. Area code 352-258-8450. Inside pitch, swing and a miss. And we'll even the count at 2-2. Levitt looking for back-to-back strikeouts here in the bottom of the first inning. His 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He blew it by. Melendez swinging with such velocity, it knocked him to the ground. Two gone for Jace Kelly. We believe the time limit is 1:45. I had marked down 150 prior. So I'm not sure if it's 145 or 150, but I'm not going to argue if we want to stop this thing at 145 instead of 150. Trust me, every minute counts when you finally get to the end of your coverage in the minors division. You got to hurry up and break down and get to another field. As Jace Kelly is quickly behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. Popped up, right side, but foul, and now hooking out of play. Mets trailing 5-0 in the bottom of the first inning. All of our broadcasts are archived. You can go back and watch the game again. This one's popped up, but out of play. which is important why we want you to say who you are when you send the shout-out, so that way the players will know who sent the shout-out to them. Here's a shout-out that says, "Great pitching, Goose. Way to go," from Ken and Mommy. Thank you, guys. Another shout-out, "Go Davey and the Marlins. Let's do this. Love Mommy and Haley." Appreciate it. Guys are doing good today with the shout-outs. And we're out of baseballs. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jace Kelly. The 1-2 pitch. A little bit low for ball 2. Two pitch, foul back. Caden Williams and Saul Melendez struck out to begin the bottom of the first inning. Jace Kelly with a 2-2 count, and he swings and misses. Good pitch as that one tailed away from the hitter. Nate Levitt strikes out the side in order. A 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the first inning. We move to the second. It remains the Marlins 5, the Mets nothing. You're watching Dixie Youth Baseball from Spring Hill right here on JockJive.com.
Are you a friend of JockJive on Facebook? Do you follow us on Twitter? Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? If you aren't, don't, and haven't, please do. We are growing exponentially and want you to keep up with us. Plus, we want to stay in touch with you. So go to the homepage of JockJive.com to like us, follow us, and subscribe on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We'll jock and roll together. Here are some things you may not know about JockJive. We're one of the nation's premier sports production companies. From audio only to full-scale video productions, we can do it all. Our list of clients is continuing to grow and includes the Southwestern Athletic Conference, Gulf South Conference, NJCAA, Georgia Collegiate Athletic Association, Alabama Community College Conference, Perfect Game, Great American Rivalries, youth sports like Dixie, American Legion, Babe Ruth, plus a litany of high schools, junior colleges, and more. We've worked with names I bet you recognize, like Johnny Manziel, Trent Dilfer, Doug Williams, Monty Coleman, and more. And we travel to practically every part of the country, from New York to California, Florida to Minnesota, and everywhere in between. Here's another thing you may not know. We are ready to come to work for you. That's right, we have a package to fit practically every budget. Just go to JockJive.com and contact us to get international coverage for your next sporting event. Your athletes deserve the best. They deserve JockJive.
All right, we head to the top of the second inning. 5-0 is our score. Looking back to that 5-run inning for the Marlins, they sent 8 batters to the plate, so this is a 9-hitter to lead it off. Logan Bruce, followed by J.D. Sammons and Camden Stallings. Xander Turner still on the mound for the Mets. 1-0 pitch. That's there for a called strike. 1-1. Back to another shout out at 352-258-8450. That's 352 area code 258-8450. That number also provided on the screen as that one's hit foul third base side. And the count now 1-2. Today is your day, Goose. Hit it over the fence. Go Marlins. Watching from Tarpon Springs. That's from Mom. Another shout-out. Great job, Goose. Also, make sure you guys let us know who you are when you send the shout-out. Another shout-out. Good job, Marlins. Let's go get some hits now. The Oliveros family. The 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. Great job, Goose, from Uncle Brian and Aunt Rhonda. Also, if you guys live anywhere outside the area, we'd also like to know where you're listening. I know we have typically people listening around the country, as that one is swung on and missed for strike 3. Third strikeout for Xander Turner. 1 out. Base is empty for J.D. Sammons. We have also had people listening from overseas, too. Good pitch inside. Salmon's behind in the count, 0-1. Marlins don't have a sponsor, but they play in honor of the U.S. Coast Guard. And most of the people that I think we have received shout-outs from are typically stationed overseas, getting a chance to watch a relative play. Boy, I tell you, that was close there, but maybe a little bit low. And the count now 1-2 to Salmons. Turner looking for his third strikeout in a row going back to last inning. That one bounces in there, though, for a ball, and the count evens at 2-2. So our continuing coverage, I say continuing because for the last couple of years, we've been here 4 Saturdays the entire regular season. This year, thanks to President Joe Abadessa, we're here every Saturday. Swing and a miss. Salmon's out on strikes for the second out of the inning. And I will be here for almost all of them. There may be 1 or 2 Saturdays I may have to miss, but I'll be here as much as I can. Camden Stallings, the batter now, with 2 outs. Quickly behind in the count, 0-1. I may have some conflicts coming up in the month of May as the high school softball and high school baseball state semifinals take place. Oh, 2 pitch. That's in the dirt for a ball. I know championship Saturday here in Spring Hill is that final Saturday in the month of May. We are getting ready for our Summer of Dixie, which begins, well, I guess it depends on how you look at it. We've always been broadcasting state tournaments and World Series events. I know there are district tournaments in June, but the state tournaments begin July 1st, the first one in Sebring, as this is swung on and missed for strike 3. So that is 4 strikeouts in a row, including Turner striking out the side in order here in the top of the second. We move to the bottom of the second. It remains the Marlins 5, the Mets nothing, here on JockJive.com.
Are you a friend of JockJive on Facebook? Do you follow us on Twitter? Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? If you aren't, don't, and haven't, please do. We are growing exponentially and want you to keep up with us. Plus, we want to stay in touch with you. So go to the homepage of JockJive.com to like us, follow us, and subscribe on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We'll jock and roll together. Here are some things you may not know about JockJive. We're one of the nation's premier sports production companies. From audio only to full-scale video productions, we can do it all. Our list of clients is continuing to grow and includes the Southwestern Athletic Conference, Gulf South Conference, NJCAA, Georgia Collegiate Athletic Association, Alabama Community College Conference, Perfect Game, Great American Rivalries, youth sports like Dixie, American Legion, Babe Ruth, plus a litany of high schools, junior colleges, and more. We've worked with names I bet you recognize, like Johnny Manziel, Trent Dilfer, Doug Williams, Monty Coleman, and more. And we travel to practically every part of the country, from New York to California, Florida to Minnesota, and everywhere in between. Here's another thing you may not know. We are ready to come to work for you. That's right, we have a package to fit practically every budget. Just go to JockJive.com and contact us to get international coverage for your next sporting event. Your athletes deserve the best. They deserve JockJive.
Here in the bottom of the second, Mets will send out 4, 5, and 6. Xander Turner to lead it off against Nate Levitt. Let's get back to your shout-outs at 352-258-8450. There's a shout-out. 1, 2, 3, show how, let's see, they wrote it wrong. Okay, then they corrected themselves. Show it how it's done. Love Tita and love Ava. Another shout out Slam one out of the park, Goose, from Xavier and the Texas Rangers. Go, Davey. Your teacher is so proud of you. Love, Mrs. Cameron. First pitch in the dirt to Xander Turner. Go, Davey. Your teacher is so proud of you. Love, Mrs. Cameron. As this one is hit into right field, that's going to drop for a base hit. It actually gets by the right fielder and goes all the way to the fence. Turner rounding second. He's going to go to third. It'll be a base hit and then a two-base error. So a good start for the Mets here in the bottom of the second inning. There's a shout-out that says, good luck, Marlins. Go Carlo, Nana, Papa, Julie, and Cammie. First pitch inside to Rhett Williams. Another shout-out. Go, Davey. You're awesome, buddy, from Jordan Cameron. That's next pitch there for a called strike. That will even the count at 1-1. 1-1 pitch taken low for a ball. The 2-1 pitch. Low again, ball 3. Xander Turner down at third base trying to put the Mets on the scoreboard. They trail 5-0 in the bottom of the second inning. And they may get it here as it's a wild pitch. The run will score without a throw. It's also ball 4 to Rhett Williams. First walk issued by Nate Levitt. In fact, he struck out the side in order in the first inning. But already here in the second inning, he has given up a base hit and issued a walk. Braden Evans will be the batter. Throw goes to first. Not in time. Gets away from the first baseman. Now the runner going to second. The throw to second. The tag. They got him out at second base. So a 1-3-6 on the pickoff. And that's the first out of the inning. The ball didn't get that far away from the first baseman, and it's a nice play over there by Austin Witten as he got to it quickly and threw the runner out. Swing and a miss by Evans. So 1 out, base is empty. And the next pitch, good pitch, fastball, as Levitt blew it by him. A swing and a miss for strike 2. I mentioned our coverage coming up in the minors. Later today in the boys, we'll have the Marlins and the Rays at 3:45 and the Blue Jays and the Braves at 6. It was kind of interesting. The last time that I was here, called strike 3, Evans out on strikes for the second out of the inning. Last time I was here for an Ozone game, our last game of the day ended in a protest and a forfeit because a player was not in his uniform. We had about a 20-minute delay for the protest. Ground ball past the pitcher, but scooped up at short. The throw across will be in time. 6-3 put out to retire Jacob Boyd, and the inning is over. But the Mets do get 1 run, and as we move to the third, it's now the Marlins 5, the Mets 1. You're watching live coverage right here on JockJive.com.
Are you a friend of JockJive on Facebook? Do you follow us on Twitter? Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? If you aren't, don't, and haven't, please do. We are growing exponentially and want you to keep up with us. Plus, we want to stay in touch with you. So go to the homepage of JockJive.com to like us, follow us, and subscribe on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We'll jock and roll together. Here are some things you may not know about JockJive. We're one of the nation's premier sports production companies. From audio only to full-scale video productions, we can do it all. Our list of clients is continuing to grow and includes the Southwestern Athletic Conference, Gulf South Conference, NJCAA, Georgia Collegiate Athletic Association, Alabama Community College Conference, Perfect Game, Great American Rivalries, youth sports like Dixie, American Legion, Babe Ruth, plus a litany of high schools, junior colleges, and more. We've worked with names I bet you recognize, like Johnny Manziel, Trent Dilfer, Doug Williams, Monty Coleman, and more. And we travel to practically every part of the country, from New York to California, Florida to Minnesota, and everywhere in between. Here's another thing you may not know. We are ready to come to work for you. That's right, we have a package to fit practically every budget. Just go to JockJive.com and contact us to get international coverage for your next sporting event. Your athletes deserve the best. They deserve JockJive.
As we begin the top of the third inning, get to another shout out. This one says, hit one out of the park, Goose, from Layla and Samara. For the Marlins, top of the order, Joey Van Cleve leading it off. He struck out his first at bat. One of 5 strikeouts today for Xander Turner, who works quickly and delivers just a little bit high for a ball, 2-0. Marlins with 5 runs in the top of the first. Mets with 1 in the bottom of the second. 5-1 here in the top of the third inning. Ground ball right side. That's going to get past the second baseman, past the right fielder. It goes all the way to the fence. Van Cleve with good speed already rounding the bag at second base, and he will cruise into third. Once again, that'll be a hit and a 2-base error. So a runner at third to lead things off for the Marlins as they look to get that run back. Nate Leavitt will step in. Goose 1 for 1. Also scored as part of that 5-run first inning. Got his name Goose written on the back of his helmet as he moved out of the way of that one, but it caught the corner for a called strike. A 1 pitch. That's inside, a little bit high, though, for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out with a runner at third. 1-1 pitch. Bouncing ball, foul over to third. The sponsor for the Mets, Blue Leads. Their coach, the manager, Will Orta. Assistant coaches, Dan Boyd, Eric Baum. This is inside for a ball. That will even the count at 2-2. Still to come, the Nationals and the Rangers. That's our game next at 11:15. The 2-2 pitch. That one hit in the hole between the diving third baseman and the shortstop. Base hit into left field. RBI single for Levin. That's his second hit of the game. They will throw to first, and now they got the runner caught in a rundown between first and second base. But the throw over the head of the first baseman, that'll be a throwing error. That puts Levitt in scoring position now. Still with nobody out. Marlins played another run. It's 6-1. And here's Vinny Passarella. Sauce, his nickname. He popped up to third in foul territory. His first at bat, he's 0 for 1. Runner going to third. The pitch is outside for a ball. No throw down to third base. So an easy stolen base for Levitt. That one bounces in there for a ball. This one low for ball 3, 3-0. Another shout out, go Goose, watching from Canterbury, Connecticut. Love Grandma. All right, thank you for letting us know that you're up there in Connecticut. As I noted earlier, we typically have people from all around the country watching our broadcasts. That's ball 4 for Vinny Passarella. Third walk issued by Xander Turner. And that will put runners on the corners. First pitch outside to Austin Witten. The runner will go to second without a throw. Six-1 Marlins looking for more. Swing and a miss. Good pitch from Turner. Witten walked and scored his first at bat. Bouncing ball left side. That's fair. Picked up in fair territory. The throw to first gets by the first baseman. Both runs are going to score. And Austin Witten rounding the bag at second. He's on his way to third. He will get there safely without a throw. So a base hit. Well, now the ball gets away, and here comes the run. The throw to the plate, not in time. So a couple of errors on that play. And the big inning continues for the Marlins, who now lead it 9-1. Base is empty for Gianni Rodriguez, who singled in 2 runs his last at bat. First pitch. High and inside for ball 1. Another shout out. All right, Goose, keep it up. Love from your DC family. Thank you, guys. The 1-0 pitch. Got a piece of it. Fouled it off at home plate. Well, the top of the lineup has come through for the Marlins. The 1 through 4 hitters have scored a combined 6 of their 9 runs. And even the 5 hitter who's at the plate, Rodriguez, has a run scored and 2 runs driven in. The 1-2 pitch. A little bit high for a ball. Well, there is a mercy rule in effect. It's 10 runs after 4 innings. Let's have to be careful here to not give up too many more runs, as that one's inside for a ball. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Still nobody out here in the inning. And the pitch. That's high, ball 4. Second walk of the inning. And that will send up Jackson Cooper, who has also walked today and scored. This one fouled back. Folks, you've heard the promos for Facebook, Twitter, and our YouTube channel. If you subscribe to the YouTube channel, the cool thing about that is you get an email notification letting you know when the broadcast is beginning. But we always post the final scores of the games that we broadcast on the JockJive Facebook page. That's another place. If you like the page, you can go and make your comments there as well. Plus, if we ever have any type of delays, a weather delay, for example, we're going to update you first on our JockJive Facebook page. So we hope that you'll like us on Facebook. That pitch inside for a ball. We've got a big, busy week coming up on JockJive. Here's what's coming up. April the 27th, the ACCC Game of the Week. Bishop State and Faulkner State. Baseball game at 1 p.m. Wild pitch. That will get the runner to second. Also, the GCAA Softball Championships, April 27th through the 29th on the GCAA Sports Network. The ACCC Softball Championships, April 28th through the 30th on ACCC Sports Network. Of course, I'll be back here next Saturday for Spring Hill Baseball on the 29th. Well, let's see. They may have called a balk here. And now, home plate umpire Zach Funkhauser going to go out to the mound and just explain to Xander what happened on that balk. Just a warning. Here's another shout-out that says, "Go Goosey, love Mama." Next shout-out, "Nice job, Austin," from Nikki. "9-1 our score here in our first broadcast of the day, the Minors Division. Swing and a miss by Jackson Cooper, and the count full, 3-2. Marlins and Mets, followed by the Nationals and the Rangers and the Yankees and the Indians, and then we'll move to the boys division. But the Marlins with 5 in the first, 4 so far here in the third inning. They do have a runner at second, who now is taken off for third as the pitch is inside for a ball. The throw to third, not in time. And actually the ball gets away, and that's going to get the run home. So the Marlins add another run to take a 10-1 lead. Yet another error in the inning. That's the 4th error. Actually, that's the 5th error of the inning. That's also the 3rd walk. Carlo Olivares, C-Money, as he's nicknamed, will be the batter. He singled in a run his first at bat and also scored. First pitch was a ball. Turner from the stretch is 1-0 delivery. And when hit foul. Well, Xander was in a little bit of a groove. He retired 4 in a row via strikeouts. But then a base hit to begin this inning. The error, 2-base error that allowed the runner Van Cleve to get to third. Then another base hit, another error, a walk, an infield hit, followed by 2 more errors as that wild pitch will get the runner to second. And we've had back-to-back walks. Still nobody out in the third.
What are you going to do if he hits the ball and you're standing on the bag?
The 2-1 pitch. Ground ball to third, but it takes a bad hop over the glove of the third baseman. Williams really didn't have a chance at that one. It gets by the left fielder. It's going to roll all the way to the fence. And that will get the runner to second base. Jackson Cooper scoring the 11th run of the game. 11-1 Marlins here in the third inning, and that might be it for Xander Turner. As the manager for the Mets out to the mound. He's going to have a quick conversation with his entire infield. This is not totally on Xander because, as I mentioned, there have been a number of errors in this inning. There's a shout out. You got this, Goose. Love Samara. Well, that's supposed to be Cuz. C-U-S. That's how it's written. Come on, number 7. Way to rip it, Carlo. Love Ava and Sophia. Well, Turner going to remain in the game. I think more than anything else, it was really just to kind of settle the guys down, remind them that, hey, let's get that first out. Get a little confidence back here. Davey Williams will step in. Batman 0 for 1. He struck out looking his first at bat. Pitch is swung on and missed. The runner going to third. The throw to third not in time. Well, we're only in the third inning, so even though it's a 10-run lead, that mercy rule doesn't kick in until the fourth inning. There's still time for the Mets to come back as this pitch is high for a ball. 1-1 the count. A 1-1 pitch. Wild pitch, but the runner will hold at third. Actually, that might have caught the part of the bat. It did. Okay, that's a foul ball, actually. There's a shout out to my man Davey. Make sure you let us know who you are. This one under the glove of the catcher, but the runner will hold. 2-2 the count. Oliveros down at third base. 11-1 Marlins in the top of the third inning. Swing and a miss. And there's your first out of the inning. That's a big one there. That sends up Logan Bruce, also a strikeout victim today. First pitch to the lefty, brushes him off the plate, inside for ball one. Another shout out. You are the best, Goose. Love Josiah. He keeps giving me a couple of thumbs up. One-0 pitch. Called strike inside part of the plate. 1-1 the count. The 1-1 pitch. Called strike two. Ground ball into center field. Base hit. With two strikes, Logan Bruce delivers an RBI single, scoring Carlo Oliveros to make it 12-1. Seven runs in the third inning, the maximum number that you can score in an inning. So we'll head to the bottom of the third. It's now the Marlins 12 and the Mets 1. Spring Hill Dixie Youth Baseball Minors Division game right here on JockJive.com.
Are you a friend of JockJive on Facebook? Do you follow us on Twitter? Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel? If you aren't, don't, and haven't, please do. We are growing exponentially and want you to keep up with us. Plus, we want to stay in touch with you. So go to the homepage of JockJive.com to like us, follow us, and subscribe on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We'll jock and roll together. Here are some things you may not know about JockJive. We're one of the nation's premier sports production companies. From audio only to full-scale video productions, we can do it all. Our list of clients is continuing to grow and includes the Southwestern Athletic Conference, Gulf South Conference, NJCAA, Georgia Collegiate Athletic Association, Alabama Community College Conference, Perfect Game, Great American Rivalries, youth sports like Dixie, American Legion, Babe Ruth, plus a litany of high schools, junior colleges, and more. We've worked with names I bet you recognize, like Johnny Manziel, Trent Dilfer, Doug Williams, Monty Coleman, and more. And we travel to practically every part of the country, from New York to California, Florida to Minnesota, and everywhere in between. Here's another thing you may not know. We are ready to come to work for you. That's right, we have a package to fit practically every budget. Just go to JockJive.com and contact us to get international coverage for your next sporting event. Your athletes deserve the best. They deserve JockJive.
Well, for the Mets, they will need to score at least 2 runs over the next couple of innings to avoid losing via the mercy rule. And Nate Leavitt back out on the mound for the Marlins. He'll face 8, 9, and 10. So the Mets are going to have to try to find a way to get some of the guys in the bottom of the lineup on base to give those guys in the top of the lineup an opportunity before this game ends early. First pitch to West Baum is low for ball 1. 12-1, Marlins lead it. Here's a shout-out to my man Davey from Tom and Mel. Thank you, guys. Thanks for including your names there. That one's in the dirt for a ball. 2-0 the count. Two pitch misses for ball 3. Go Goose, love Uncle Nicky. Swing and a miss. Still amazes me today the number of kids that have the green light on a 3-0 count. I used to have to run laps if I swung on a 3-0 count. There's strike 2. The 3-2 pitch just missed for ball 4. So a good start for the Mets. They get their leadoff guy on base. That is the second walk issued by Goose. And here's Max Wagner. First pitch called a strike. (12-1) Mets trail as that one's a strike. The runner's going to second. The throw not in time. Stolen base for Baum. Wagner behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes as that one's outside for ball 1. The 1-2 pitch. A little bit low for ball 2. 2-2. And a called strike 3 for the first out of the inning. Strikeout number 5 for Nate Leavitt, who has struck out at least 1 at every inning so far. Gavin Orta to the plate. First pitch, a strike. Runner going to third. The throw not in time.
Good throw, Joey.
Next one there for strike 2. 0-2. Levitt struck out the side in order in the first. Struck out 1 in the second. 1 here in the third. His 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Orta out on strikes for the second out of the inning. 2 gone. He'll take a 2-out hit now. Here's Luke Redmile. Mets trailing 12-1, batting in the bottom of the third inning. First pitch outside for ball 1. Our next shout-out says, pitching and catching on point by Goose and Joey. A dynamic duo and fun to watch. Keep it up, from Nikki. Thank you, guys. Joey Van Cleve, the catcher. Number 5. Nate Levitt, number 4, on the mound. 2-0 pitch is there for a called strike. Mets trying to get that second run in. 2 outs, a runner at third. And that one's outside of the dirt for a ball, 3-1. Isaiah Ortiz is on deck, followed by the top of the order. See if the Mets can get a 2-out rally going here. The 3-1 pitch. That one is high for ball 4. So the second walk issued by Levitt here in the inning to go along with 2 strikeouts. That puts runners on the corners for Ortiz. Runner going to second as the pitch is called a strike. No throw to second with that runner down at third. Shout-out says, nice pitch, Goose. Love Tita Magley. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Swing and a miss, and Ortiz quickly behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 2 pitch with a runner coming home as a called strike 3, and the inning is over. Boy, they were that close to scoring that second run, but Levitt strikes out the side. 7 strikeouts for Nate Levitt. Mets fail to score. We'll move to the 4th. Could be the final inning of play as the Mets with a double-digit lead here in Spring Hill. Back with more of this Minors Division game right after this at JockJive.com.
The official sports web streaming provider of Dixie Youth Baseball is JockJive.com. Now, you don't have to miss the big game, whether in another part of the state or another part of the world. Catch Dixie Youth Baseball on JockJive.com, and when the game is over, the joy of listening and watching the coverage has just begun, because every game broadcast by JockJive is now archived at its conclusion. Plus, you can catch the game on your mobile phone or iPad. JockJive.com, the next best thing to being there. Dixie Youth Baseball fans, did you know that in this season there were $72,000 scholarships awarded to deserving high school seniors throughout the 11 states in which Dixie Youth Baseball is played? Any high school senior who has played Dixie Youth Baseball is eligible to apply for a scholarship. The Dixie Youth Scholarship Program, just one of the good things that are a part of this program. Sportsmanship is one of the goals of Dixie Youth Baseball. At times, we see good sportsmanship displayed by everyone, except for some adults. We feel that as adults, regardless of whether or not they're active in the program, they're supposed to set a good example. Everyone can do this as they sit in the stands cheering for their favorite team. Be a good example of sportsmanship. Yell for, not against a team. In this way, you can set a good example of sportsmanship. Fans are as much a part of the game as the umpires, so be a good fan by cheering for your team and not against the other. The Sportsmanship Award is one of the most coveted awards to be won at this Dixie Youth Baseball tournament. Sportsmanship is playing hard to win, but realizing all cannot become winners. It is being a gracious loser and even more a gracious winner. Good sportsmanship involves such matters as fair play, keen rivalry, but careful observance of the rules, courtesy, and a generous attitude toward an opponent. To be considered for an award for sportsmanship, a team must, 1, demonstrate good conduct and positive attitude by all players and coaches, both on and off the field. Number 2, be prompt and participate in all scheduled activities throughout the tournament. 3, have fans that show good conduct and attitude toward umpires and opposing teams. And 4, be neat in appearance and dress of both team and coaches at all times. We ask all in attendance here at this Dixie Youth Tournament join the coaches and players in making these qualifications the rule of behavior while attending these tournament games. Let's make this year a wonderful year of fun and great memories.
All right, we have a new pitcher, Max Wagner, right-hander on the mound. First pitch is strike. His 0-1 delivery is a swing and a miss for strike 2. J.D. Salmon's leading things off for the Marlins. We're in the top of the 4th inning. The Marlins lead the Mets 12-1. Chance to end the game here in the 4th if they can keep the Mets off the scoreboard or plate some more runs and get some insurance going into the bottom of the 4th inning. This one's in the dirt for a ball. Let's get back to your shout-outs at 352-258-8450. Keep it up, G. Mommy is very proud of you. Go, G-Rod. Next pitch, high for a ball. Next shout-out. Running the family. Love Uncle Alex and Uncle Mitch. That one misses for a ball, and now the count 3-2. J.D. 0 for 1, struck out his first at bat. And that one actually caught the bat. Foul ball, I thought. Maybe not. It sounded like I made a nick, but they called ball 4. So Salmon's down at first base. Here's Camden Stallings. Good pitch from Wagner. Xander Turner went 3 innings, allowed 12 runs, but not all of those earned. He was in that 3rd inning in particular, 6 errors is what I counted. 7 runs, 6 errors. So he didn't get a lot of help from his defense, as that one's there for a called strike. Gave up 8 hits, walked 5, and struck out 6. Camden Stallings at the plate, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He's quickly behind, 0-2. And he got a piece of that one to stay alive. Top of the order on deck for the Marlins. We're in the top of the 4th inning. There's a shout out that says, let's go, Carlo. Marlins, number 7. Love Mom and Dad. Thank you, guys. That's inside and high for a ball. Next pitch, a wild pitch. That's going to get the runner to second. The 2-2 pitch.
Bro, what are you doing? We guys wait for the steal.
A little bit low for ball 3. Full count.
Right.
Joey Van Cleve awaits on deck. Wagner from the stretch, his 3-2 pitch. Called strike 3. So there's your first out of the inning. First strikeout for Max Wagner.
All right, Joe.
And to the top of the order we go. Here's Joey Van Cleve, who was 1 for 2 today with a run scored. Marlins with 5 in the first, 7 in the third, leading at 12-1 in the top of the 4th. First pitch from the righty to the lefty is popped up, but this one will get out of play behind home plate. A 1 pitch. Won't be made. Wagner looks towards second, does not throw. A 1 pitch, got a piece of it and fouled it back. The 0-2 delivery. That one just slipped out of his hands as that one really sailed on him. A wild pitch will get the runner Salmons to third base. One-two delivery. Popped up left side, but hooking foul, and actually the coach over in front of the third base dugout had a hand on it, not able to haul it in. Just a foul ball. Here's a shout out that says, "Go Joey" from the Cordova. The 1-2 pitch. That's outside, ball 2, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out with 1 on. Wagner from the stretch in his 2-2 pitch. That's high for ball 3, full count. On deck, Nate Levitt, who's 2 for 2 with an RBI and 2 runs scored. Also doing a pretty good job on the mound. Swing and a miss. Dropped by the catcher. And the throw to first will complete the strikeout. But coming home is Salmons. And it's now 13-1. Two outs for Nate Levitt. Base is empty, though, now. First pitch a little bit high for ball 1. Both of Levitt's hits today have been to left field. He'll take that one for a ball, 2-0. Well, the Marlins have now built a 12-run lead. That means the Mets will have to score at least 3 runs in the bottom of the inning to keep this game going. That one grounded sharply to third, but the way this young man who's at the plate now has been pitching, 1 run may be enough. Levitt struck out 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third. I don't know if we'll see him in the fourth. And he's also 2 for 2 at the plate with an RBI and 2-run score. He'll take that one for a ball. And it's now 3-1.
Gotta be a good one, Goose.
The 3-1 pitch. Inside for ball 4. 2-out base runner for Vinny Passarella.
Let's see it, Sauce.
Sauce 0 for 1. He has popped up to third in foul territory. He's also walked and scored. 2-out pitch taken outside for ball 1. Pops off the glove of the catcher, and that's going to get the runner to second. That'll be a pass ball. This one's popped up to third, over the head of the third baseman, and it will bounce away past the across that foul line, and runner will actually hold at second base. Base hit for Vinny Passarella, his first hit today. Runners at first and second for Austin Witten, the 4-hitter. First pitch high for ball 1. Witten today has walked and scored. He also had an infield hit, an RBI, and another run scored. That's in the dirt. Wild pitch. They're going to hold the runners, though. Two balls, no strikes. And the 2-0 pitch. It's high for ball 3. Here's a shout out that says, great game today, Goose. Love Mommy, Ken, and all your sisters. All your sisters. I wonder how many that consists of. More than one. 4. Okay, thank you. 4 sisters. It's a big family. The 3-1 pitch. That's line, a little soft liner. Couple of hops now to second. The throw to first will get by the first baseman. That's going to get a run home. And it's now 14-1. There are 2 outs in the inning, as Gianni Rodriguez steps in. Rodriguez singled in 2 runs in the first inning. He also walked and scored in the third. He has scored twice today. He'll take strike 1. Looking to the bottom of the inning, the Mets will sit up the top of the order, but again, they're going to need to score 4 runs, at least 4 runs, to keep this thing going. There's strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 0-2 pitch. Outside for ball 1. There's another shot out. Love you, Goose. Mama Cordova. Another shout out. Go Davey and the Marlins from the Chihuahuas. 1-2 pitch. Good pitch. Wagner kept it low. A swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will do it for the Marlins in the 4th inning. But they do get some insurance as the Marlins score 2 more runs And as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning, it's now the Marlins 14, the Mets 1. Again, the Mets will need 4 runs to keep this thing going or will fall via the mercy rule. We'll be back for the last, what should be the last half inning, could be the last half inning of play right after this at JockJive.com.
Dixie Youth Baseball fans, did you know that in this season there were $72,000 scholarships awarded to deserving high school seniors throughout the 11 states in which Dixie Youth Baseball is played? Any high school senior who has played Dixie Youth Baseball is eligible to apply for a scholarship. The Dixie Youth Scholarship Program, just one of the good things that are a part of this program. Sportsmanship is one of the goals of Dixie Youth Baseball. At times, we see good sportsmanship displayed by everyone, except for some adults. We feel that as adults, regardless of whether or not they're active in the program, they're supposed to set a good example. Everyone can do this as they sit in the stands cheering for their favorite team. Be a good example of sportsmanship. Yell for, not against a team. In this way, you can set a good example of sportsmanship. Fans are as much a part of the game as the umpires, so be a good fan by cheering for your team and not against the other. The Sportsmanship Award is one of the most coveted awards to be won at this Dixie Youth Baseball tournament. Sportsmanship is playing hard to win, but realizing all cannot become winners. It is being a gracious loser and even more a gracious winner. Good sportsmanship involves such matters as fair play, keen rivalry, but careful observance of the rules, courtesy, and a generous attitude toward an opponent. To be considered for an award for sportsmanship, a team must, 1, demonstrate good conduct and positive attitude by all players and coaches, both on and off the field. Number 2, be prompt and participate in all scheduled activities throughout the tournament. 3, have fans that show good conduct and attitude toward umpires and opposing teams. And 4, be neat in appearance and dress of both team and coaches at all times. We ask all in attendance here at this Dixie Youth Tournament join the coaches and players in making these qualifications the rule of behavior while attending these tournament games. Let's make this year a wonderful year of fun and great memories.
All right, Caden Williams leading things off here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And once again, Nate Levitt back out on the mound to try to close them out. Williams, one of 7 strikeout victims today. Goose with at least 1 strikeout in every inning. But it's already 2-0. Williams ahead in the count. The 2-0 pitch outside for ball 3. I'm not sure he has fallen behind 3-0 on anyone today. Comes back to deliver a strike. He's had a couple of 3-1 counts. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Here's a shout out that says, "Great job, Marlins," from Nikki and Ken, Goose's biggest fans. Thank you, guys. Another shout out. Be the Wall, number 7, love Mom and Dad. Swing and a miss. Good pitch as Goose kept it low. The throw to first will complete the strikeout. And strikeout number 8 for Nate Levitt. 1 gone here in the bottom of the fourth. That sends up Saul Melendez, also a K victim. Today, the 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 10, and 12 hitters have been struck out by Levitt. There's a shout out. 1, 2, 3, Nate. Love Tita G. Quickly, 2 balls and no strikes to Melendez. This is popped up, left side, foul territory, on the run, almost caught by Levitt, but it came out of his glove as he was going to the ground. Good effort, though, by Goose. Gave it a long run. And the count now 2-1. Love seeing the effort. You're up 13 runs, and you make a hustle play like that. Two-one pitch outside for ball 3, 3-1. Don't forget, coming up next, Nationals and Rangers. Scheduled for an 11:15 start. There's a strike to Melendez. And the count full, 3-2. Three-two pitch, line past the glove of the second baseman into right field and past the right fielder. That'll be a hit and an error. Melendez will get into second with one out. That sends up Jace Kelly. First pitch hit hard down the left field line, but just foul. That would have been extra bases. It would have been in the corner. Runner going to third, but this was popped up, out of play behind home plate. 0-2 the count. Well, the good news, the sun not out, keeping it somewhat cool right now. Runner going to third, swing and a miss. Throw won't be made down to third base. Right now, the current weather conditions, partly cloudy and 78 degrees. Expecting temperatures in the mid-80s today. Two gone. Runner at third for Xander Turner, who singled his first at bat, and he also scored the only run of the game for the Mets. Ground ball to second, past the second baseman, and that will get the run home. So Xander Turner goes 2 for 2 today. And it's now 14-2. There's a shout out that says, "Way to go, Marlins," from the Cordovas. Rhett Williams, the batter. Well, now they got the runner picked off. No, he got in there safely at second base. They had him picked off. Turner able to get in underneath the tag. Swing and a miss. Runner going to third. No throw down to third. Rhett Williams walked his first at bat. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth, 14-2 Marlins. Swing and a miss, and the ball game is over as Nate Levitt strikes out the side for the third time today. He finishes with 10 strikeouts. I think, actually, he dropped the baseball, I guess, and runner's going to reach base safely. I looked down to score it. So there's still life. And this one's bunted foul by Braden Evans for strike 1. So Williams was able to reach base on that strikeout. That is the 10th strikeout of the game for Goose. And he delivers outside for a ball, and Williams will trot down to second base without a throw.
Scoot up to the plate.
1-1 pitch. In the dirt. Wild pitch. Runners coming home. And the throw going to be a little bit late.
All right, Nate. Take your time, man. Deep breath.
Well, now it's starting to get interesting. It's 14-3.
2 strikes, Nate. Right here.
When it appeared the game was over. But there's still hope for the Mets. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Nate Leavitt looking to end the ball game the way he began it, with a strikeout. His 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. This time the catcher holds on, and that officially will end the ball game. Final score, 14-3. Marlins get the victory over the Mets. Thanks for tuning in to our coverage. We have 2 more minors games yet to go. As part of our coverage today, our next broadcast will be the Nationals and the Rangers. That game scheduled in about 45 minutes. Until then, for all of us here at JockJive.com, we'll throw one more shout-out in before we send it away. Way to go, Catch. Love you, Bubba, Mom, and Dad. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. That's going to do it. Final score, 14-3. Marlins get the victory. So long from Spring Hill.